That's right, we're here. It's Thursday night again. We're back with another Thursday night episode. How's it going, guys? And welcome to another episode of The Lowdown Show on the Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast, a show where we discuss and review WWE Raw and Smackdown from this week and discuss any important news in the WWE. I'm your host, the greatest host, Kyle Masters, and you can follow me on Twitter at RealKyleMasters, and I'm joined by my co-host himself, Corporate Cappy.
Heyo.
You can follow him on Twitter as well, at Corporate Cappy.
The greatest co-host. The
greatest co-host, I guess. I guess I can give you that title. Thanks for tuning in to your favorite WWE podcast every Thursday night on YouTube and live on Spreaker Radio. You can follow us on Spreaker at Spreaker.com/NHBWP. And you can also follow us on YouTube at YouTube.com/NHBWR. Once we hit that 100 subscriber count, we'll be able to change it.
Help us get there.
Help us get there, guys. Subscribe to the channel. And if you've missed and want to check out any past episodes, head on over to that YouTube page and subscribe to the channel and follow those videos and like those videos and check them out.
You can watch the first ever review we ever did.
Oh man, that's incredibly bad. I suggest not going to our first podcast. Really, really poorly done. But anyways, guys. Again, as always, if you want to drop us a comment or thought to discuss on the air, leave one down in the comments section below or send us a tweet on Twitter at NoHoldsBarredWP or one of our Twitter handles using the hashtag #TheLowdownShow and we'll get to them on the air. So let's get into it. Wow, this Raw. Wow. If I thought the go-home show for Raw for Fastlane was going to be good, the show after was beyond intense.
Yep.
This basically was the Raw to set up every match for WrestleMania this year. In matches maybe we haven't seen yet, but are in the works.
Can I just say that I predicted whatever that stupid Vincent K. McMahon award was going to be?
You thought it was going to be Steph?
No, I said I knew whatever was going to happen in that match was going to be something to do with The Undertaker.
Oh, okay. I predicted before this even happened, like, you know what? When the start of the show happened, Vince came out and started describing the award, I'm like, John Cena. 100% John Cena. It's going to be John Cena. It's their most prestigious award ever. They're going to give it to the golden boy, John Cena. Like, it's going to be him.
Remember we laughed on last week's podcast that it was going to be Hulk Hogan?
Yeah. I didn't think it was going to be Hulk. I thought for sure it was going to be Cena. I'm like, oh my god, here he comes. And what you said is going to have to do Undertaker. But opening of Raw comes. We had Vince come out to announce the winner of the Vincent J. McMahon Excellence of Whatever Award. I don't even remember how...
Yeah.
The award just lost its meaning after he announced the winner. And it was none other than Stephanie McMahon.
Came with a huge boost.
Yay. Oh my god. The reaction that she got coming out. I've never heard such loud boos before. She got so much heat. And then she's about to read her prepared notes. Prepared, in quotes here. Prepared notes.
Probably a blank piece of paper.
When we hear, here comes the money. Oh my god. I lost my shit. At this point, I almost passed out. Like, I could not believe it was actually... We're going to see Shane McMahon again.
It's been 8 years.
8 years. The roof literally exploded off the Joe Louis Arena. The people went nuts.
I haven't heard a crowd like that in a long time.
Exactly. I've never heard a pop that loud
thank
before.
God he got a good pop. Like, if he would have came with, no reaction, it would have just been like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. By the way, Detroit, you were added to my custom list I have. I have an ongoing list of... best city for crowds, and worst city for crowds. You've been added to the best city, so good job, Detroit.
Realistically,
props to you guys.
There were some Canadian fans there, that's probably why.
Yep. Not to toot our own horns or anything. But yeah, Shane comes out in the Nike dunks. Like, those were snazzy.
Yep, he's got gray hair now.
Oh man, age has not been doing well with Shane McMahon. God. He's only in his, early 40s?
Yeah, he looks like a young Vince now.
Yeah, God. But you know what? This was awesome.
Yep.
Denies Vince of the hug and handshake, both, and the crowd going nuts after that.
And then says Steph doesn't deserve the award.
Yeah, well, you know what? He has a point. He did, but he didn't say that he deserved the award. That's what I loved. He just said that, Steph, you do not deserve shit. You and your company have. This was awesome. And he said you drove the company into the ground with the lack of with the injuries under her watch.
That was funny that he brought up all the injuries.
Yep. And how bad the ratings have been. And he basically wants control of Raw, and I'm like, oh my god, thank God, he wants control of Monday Night Raw. That would be awesome to see.
Yep.
And he goes on saying that he has something over Vince, something to do with a key box. Are we ever gonna find out what that is?
Hashtag Vince's key box.
That should be an official hashtag, Vince's key box. What's in there, man? What are you holding? What are you holding against him?
He's the brass ring.
But Vince goes on to, before it actually went on to agree, he kind of like got pissed off at Shane, and it got bleeped out. We were watching Raw live, and it got bleeped out. They were able to get it just in time. He dropped the F-bomb on TV. Live TV, Vince dropped the F-bomb. How is he allowed to do that?
Anyone else, they would have got canned.
Yeah, but you fired Titus for 60 days, and yet you're allowed to drop F-bomb. I'm not going to get into it. I'll save that for Sunday. So yeah, Vince agrees on one condition, that Shane has to have a match, and Vince gets to pick the place. So obviously, he's going to pick WrestleMania. He's going to pick WrestleMania. It's just who he picked. Did not see this coming at all. He picks The Undertaker. And then in a Hell in a Cell match, wow. I was so speechless. I had no words for about a half hour. I had no idea what to think.
I still don't know what I feel about this match, honestly.
It's just out of nowhere. It just came out of the blue. Like, will Shane wrestle? Is he going to get someone to wrestle for him? Possibly John Cena? Is Undertaker the heel in this situation? Is he going to go back to the American Badass? Like, there's so much you could think of in this match. It's just... And then apparently they're keeping it hush-hush. Like, they're saying, like, you know what, we're not releasing anything creative until WrestleMania. So I'm like, holy shit. So... Well,
remember when they did say last week that it was somebody not on the current roster?
Yeah, I mean, but at the time, and people were just so surprised to see Shane. No one was thinking that. So it was honestly a huge surprise announcing Undertaker versus Shane. That's just insane. Can even Shane wrestle anymore? Like...
I don't know. Maybe he's training. I don't know.
It's nuts. But I think, you know what?
Especially against The Undertaker can take it easy on him. Like.
I'm 50-50. I'm 50-50 as in Shane's going to wrestle, and I'm 50-50 as he's going to pick someone to wrestle for him, as in John Cena. So...
And then what's going to happen with this? Like, didn't you say that WWE kind of botched it already with the WWE versus Raw or whatever?
We'll get into that later on in the news section of the show. Okay. WWE did botch hard on this. But what an opening of Raw. That was probably the best opening of Raw in years.
Yeah. Like, I would love to see Shane, run Raw and have Steph or somebody else run SmackDown.
Yep. So already Raw.
The brand split that we've been asking for years.
Man, if you even listen to our old podcast, we always brag about how we need a brand split. SmackDown's just terrible on its own. It's like Main Event live. And actually, it's not even live. It's taped, but like, you know what I mean? It's on TV.
Yeah.
You Main Event's on TV. I don't even know if anyone watches Main Event. But anyways, what an opening of Raw. Like, Raw last night, or on Monday, was just insane. Another great part of Raw was the start, what looks like another WrestleMania feud. They first showed a video that got posted on WWE's Facebook of Dean Ambrose arriving at the arena and like greeting his fans and all that stuff. And out of nowhere, Brock Lesnar just beats the shit out of him. Just comes charging at him. And at first I thought he got mugged. I'm like, what the hell just happened? Like, I couldn't see Brock Lesnar at first. Then like I finally saw his t-shirt. I'm like, oh my god, okay, so they're gonna start the Ambrose Lesnar feud. That's kind of cool. So he starts beating the shit out of him, and then ends up throwing him on top of a limo and like right through the front windshield, which is really brutal. Like it looked like it hurt.
Yeah. And
then it showed Dean Ambrose getting sent to the hospital in an ambulance. And then later on in the show, Lesnar and Heyman had a promo, and it was actually a pretty good promo. Paul Heyman is insane on the mic. Probably one of the greatest of all time on the mic. They have a crazy promo. Gets interrupted by an ambulance siren. And it shows an ambulance coming into the arena, and everyone's like, okay, we obviously know who this is. It's the same goddamn ambulance that drove Dean Ambrose away. I love how the announcers are like, oh, who is it? What is going on here? Who's driving this ambulance? Like, Cole's going nuts, and he's like, I wonder, who can it be? It's obviously Dean Ambrose, the same ambulance he left in.
What is it, Scott Steiner? Like,
it sounded like it's not the same siren as Scott Steiner. I remember sitting next to our old host, No Cell Phil, and I'm like, man, this is Scott Steiner. He's coming. He's making his return. And then once the ambulance gets to the side of the stage, Dean Ambrose falls out. Like, good sell job for being like really hurt. His neck brace fell off. He starts like crawling to the arena.
Lesnar's just like laughing at him.
Yeah, gets to like ringside, and Lesnar's just laughing at him and like steps over him in like a show of disrespect, and Lesnar starts walking away. But Ambrose able to grab the mic and basically challenged Lesnar at WrestleMania in a street fight. Freaking yes! This is awesome. I want to see that. That just looks unreal. It'll definitely set up a really good feud. So Lesnar basically accepts by laughing and going back to ringside and giving him an F5 on the freaking floor. And then Paul Heyman talking for him saying he accepts. So, yeah, at WrestleMania is going to be Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar in a street fight.
I just expect Lesnar to
God,
take a shit
WrestleMania is becoming so much better now. Oh, and that's only been 2 segments. I thought WrestleMania was going to be so shit because of all the injuries. They've already turned it around. God, I love how when WWE does this. This is the shit they need to do all the time.
Remember we were thinking like the main event's going to be Undertaker versus Braun Strowman?
Yeah, oh my god. I'm loving WrestleMania so far. And I'm loving this feud because I don't know I can't pick a clear winner. They could go either way. They could go with the Ambrose angle, putting him over against Brock Lesnar and like starting off his, like, I guess he can't really start off his career, but adding to Ambrose's already accomplished career by breeding Lesnar at WrestleMania. Or you can have Lesnar win and just make him look dominant at WrestleMania. Like he always wins at WrestleMania. Just Lesnar being that dominant of a character, and then maybe setting up a even better match if they choose Minneapolis as the host for WrestleMania next year. So
I think that Lesnar will definitely win the match, but I mean, they could make Ambrose look like really strong, beating the hell out of him.
This is going to be, if it's a street fight at WrestleMania, we're going to see some crazy shit. We're going to see some intense...
Maybe we'll see some blood.
Some probably. Real blood. It's out of the top, like, oh yeah, it's Lesnar. We're going to see blood. It's just going to be out of the top crazy moves. Like, probably all the announce tables will get destroyed by this point. So this will probably be like the third last match of the night. They'll probably end up going backstage. I guarantee they're nuts. They're going to go backstage. There's going to be a lot of backstage shit with this. They're probably going to fight all over the football stadium. I don't know, go in like a locker room or something. Something's going to happen with this match. I love it. I love it. Yeah. I don't hate this feud. I love this feud. Now we still have like 4 weeks left they can build on. So I love it.
It's going to be a good match. I like it.
Yeah. Another potential feud it looks like they're setting up, which I really don't like. I don't get it. They're kind of like building this Dudleys and Usos feud.
Why? This means nothing.
This is what I don't get. Like, before the Usos had their match with the Ascension, they had the Dudleys come out and cut a promo on them, which kind of led to the Ascension beating the shit out of the Usos, but they didn't even have a match. It, like, lasted less than 5 minutes. They just double super kicked the Ascension and ended up winning the match. So, like, what? This feud could be promising if they add tables. This is the only way this feud works, if they add tables. Whether it be... Actually, I'm guessing the Usos are going to be able to bring the tables back. And put the Dudleys through them. Like, this is the only way this feud works, is if they add tables. Why are the tag titles not in this picture for one? Who are the New Day feuding with?
League of Nations.
Oh my god, that better not be a WrestleMania match. I'll be really pissed.
It's going to be a great match.
I guess that looks like the feud that's happening is the Dudleys versus the Usos, which I really, really don't get.
I hope this is the pre-show match.
The WrestleMania pre-show? Probably. Yeah, I see it. WrestleMania pre-show, 100%.
Why don't they just throw it in like a triple threat for the? Or
have like a tag team turmoil. Have all the tag teams go at it, and then the last tag team wins. I don't know. Or maybe have like 6 tag teams in a ladder match. The tag titles are on the. That could be the ladder match this year instead of the IC title.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe we're wrong. Maybe they'll change it in the next couple of weeks. Another thing that happened on Raw, which this could implicate something to do with WrestleMania. It's just like from a fantasy point of view. Ryback turned heel.
But in a stupid way.
I did not see this coming, but is it really a surprise? Like,
I guess he's got new Goldberg attire.
But like, I wasn't surprised. I'm like, oh, he turned heel. All right, it kind of makes sense because Ryback as a face sucks. It sucks. It's terrible. I hate Ryback as a face. It's just garbage. It's god awful. He walked out on Cade and Big Show in their match on their rematch on Raw against the Wyatts. And like, he had a backstage interview where he said he had nothing to prove out there, was nothing against Cade and Big Show, but it's just about him now. Okay, like really cutting a really heel promo. Getting into the fantasy point of view, what I'm trying to say here is so it's either going to be that he's going to be put in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and just be that heel, that ultimate heel, and like kind of feud with Cade and Big Show in that match. Or maybe Goldberg.
Maybe.
Goldberg's been teasing for like the last year, wanting to come back to the company. He's been training. He's been saying that he wants to go do all these indie promotions. So maybe Goldberg.
I've heard that they haven't contacted Goldberg about anything.
I know. And it's Goldberg. They haven't contacted Goldberg, but Goldberg has been contacting other sources saying he wants to come back to WWE. He's like, if WWE calls, then I want to have one match. Yeah, he wants his kid to watch him in a WWE ring because his kids watch WWE all the time.
Yeah.
So why not come back and face Ryback, this guy who basically is you, WWE's version of you.
With a CM Punk high knee and
it's that dream matchup. I mean, last year it's a fantasy matchup. It's just like last year. Last year's was Sting versus Triple H. This year's could be Ryback versus Goldberg. Like you have WWE's Goldberg as in Ryback and WCW's Goldberg. So you have them two face each other. I see it. It's a good fantasy matchup. Why not?
It would work.
Yeah. So maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe they're turning Ryback heel. So that when they bring Goldberg back, he's the ultimate face. Because you know he's going to get the pop and he's going to be ultra face when he comes back. So who knows?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, that's like, from a fantasy point of view, that's what they could do. If not, I have no idea what the hell they're doing with Ryback. I have no idea.
No, he's going to feud with your boy Big Show.
Probably. You know, something like that. Something like just really god-awful. On to the Divas title picture for WrestleMania. Basically what's happened on Raw, we had Sasha face Naomi with Tamina and Becky at ringside, like Becky helping out Sasha by taking out Tamina. After the match, Charlotte comes out and announces that Sasha and Naomi would face each other.
You mean Becky?
Or Sasha and Becky, sorry, would face each other for a #1 contender spot at WrestleMania.
Yep. Perfect.
Is unreal. I guess we find out on SmackDown, which we'll get into later in the show, when it is. Things are definitely getting interesting in the Divas title picture.
Yes, they are.
100%. I love it. Could even be a triple threat.
I'm thinking it's going to be a triple threat.
Yeah, my co-host over here thinks it'll definitely be a triple threat at WrestleMania for the Divas title, which makes sense. And then I could also see a singles match between Sasha and Charlotte. I think people would love to see that.
They would.
They could probably put on a really, really good match.
Yeah, and I'm expecting it to be a very good match. One of the best Divas matches we've seen.
One thing we sort of talked about one day, Corporate Cappy over here, because Ric Flair's in Charlotte's corner, Sasha can go out and get someone in her corner. And as we've seen, WWE posted on their YouTube channel once a mashup of The Rock and Sasha Banks' theme song, and it actually ended up being really, really good. And it's the only mashup they've ever posted. And that was what, like a month ago?
Yeah, a couple months ago.
So maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe that's why The Rock is going to make his appearance at WrestleMania being in the corner of Sasha Banks.
That would be hilarious. That would be awesome.
And they come out to that mashed up theme. That'd be intense.
Well, we know Nate is going to try to get involved in this match no matter what.
Yeah, so why not have The Rock there? You know what? It's something for The Rock. I think people still would enjoy that.
Because we still keep forgetting that he's going to be at WrestleMania. What the fuck is he going to do?
Exactly, right? So he might have something to do with the world title match. Who knows? But I'm just saying that's an alternative if they don't have him.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
But the triple threat. I think that'd be a really good match too, though.
Yeah.
It would be like from WrestleMania 19, Trish versus Victoria versus Jazz. But I think it'd be way better than that match. But if you want to elevate the Divas division, why not have a triple threat for the title?
It sucks. I can't. As much as like people say, oh, maybe Becky might win. No. She's not championship
winning.
material yet, or she's not have that one-on-one epic WrestleMania match in her character yet. She's a slowly build character.
Yeah,
like it's gonna be like, I don't know, a year or two maybe until she's like in that main event if they build her up properly. Mm-hmm. So who knows? But you know what? I'll give some credit to Becky Lynch. She has some potential.
She does.
So,
but I'm not sure she's got the potential of Sasha. But
speaking of Triple H. He sent a message to Roman Reigns, to say the least, at Raw on Raw.
Yeah.
On Raw. Reigns was facing Sheamus. Yay.
Great match.
Well, epic. I was so excited for that match. We get to
see that at March WrestleMania too. Yeah. Great.
So later on in that match, after a spear by Reigns, Triple H's music hits. And it's the game music. It's not his King of Kings theme. It's the game. He comes out in a classic attire with the jeans and the leather coat. He's actually holding his title. He's not out here in a corporate suit. Thank God. I didn't want to see him come out in that corporate suit. But he came out in classic Triple H attire, like, I'm going to kick your fucking ass attire. Reigns gets... They both brawl. They brawl like crazy. Triple H getting the upper hand and kicking Roman Reigns' ass. He even gets hit in the head with the ring bell. And then gets his head like smashed off the announce table like 15 times or something. It was like over and over and over again.
Yeah, he kept
I've already seen like a million gifs of it. It's freaking hilarious. And then Reigns gets busted open like bad. Like there was a lot of blood. There was a lot of blood when you go look at the highlights and they're in black and white. You know that there's a lot of blood whenever you changes the highlights to black and white.
I heard someone, I forget who it was, one of our friends said that they saw Byron Saxton give Roman Reigns a blood thing.
Yeah, I told them they're a freaking idiot. They don't do that. It's real blood. It came from his nose, for Christ's sake. You can't... Why would they need a blood pack if this blood came from his nose?
He actually had to get, like...
Yeah, he smashed his nose off the announce table. He got hit in the head. His head smashed off the announce table like 15 times. And then he finally bonked... He probably did it by accident, where he bonked his nose, and it...
Yeah, and then what happened?
It broke his nose. And after that, oh man, Triple H ended by giving a pedigree to Roman Reigns on the steel steps.
Yeah,
that which actually looked very well done. Like, yeah. Congratulations to the both for making that look really good. Yeah. And like Roman selling that 100%. Man, Triple H's knees must have hurt too, because his knees smashed off the table. I'm like, man, he's had surgery on those knees. Is that even safe? Was he wearing like thin knee pads? I hope so. Oh my god. Oh man,
that was a crazy ending.
Man, just I love it. I was skeptical of this feud at first, but it does actually look interesting, and hopefully it gets better now. There's 4 weeks of this. Yep. If this was the start, then this feud is going to even get better. If this was just the beginning of what to expect leading up to their match at WrestleMania, I expect a lot of good things.
Yeah, I mean, if it's going to be that big of a brawl like that at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I thought it was just going to be a little boring Triple H versus Roman Reigns match at WrestleMania. Yeah, okay, and then Roman Reigns is going to come. He's going to win, blah, 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 blah.
Nope. Doesn't look like that, hopefully.
Nope. I really hope they add some stuff to this feud.
I think there's going to be a special guest referee in this match.
Yeah, and it might be turned to the Rock. It might be
Shawn Michaels and then the Rock coming out to help.
Yeah, Roman Reigns. I see that too. Definitely Shawn Michaels was going to be incorporated with it. It's in his home state. Yeah, WrestleMania. He's going to be there. Regardless if he says he doesn't want to, he's going to be there.
Yeah, I'm sure that they can cut him a fat stack and he'll be like, okay, I'll do it.
Raw this week was unreal.
You forgot about one part. You forgot about Team Y2AJ.
Oh my god.
AJ Styles and Chris Jericho took on the Social Outcasts. But Jericho and AJ Styles look like
I think I didn't write anything down because it's got none to... Like, I thought they were done with this Jericho and AJ Styles. The rumor was it's supposed to be AJ Styles against Kevin Owens at WrestleMania for the IC title. So why even continue? As we get into SmackDown, they continued on there. Why did they continue teaming up Jericho and AJ Styles together? I thought this feud was done after Fastlane. Oh my god.
No, now they're a tag team now. Y2AJ.
Y2AJ. I really hope not, and I hope they actually get the rumored feud started soon, Kevin Owens and AJ Styles. I'm hoping it starts on Raw next week. If not, I'll be very, very, very disappointed. Yeah. AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens for the IC title would be unreal. Both have an extreme amounts of moves in their
they
movesets.
faced each other in the Indies at some point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think they have. I still haven't done my research on that, but I'm pretty sure they have
for the diehard wrestling fans.
But I hope so. But I don't know what to do with Chris Jericho at WrestleMania. I mean, there's
the rumors was he was going to face Ambrose, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, maybe he just won't be there. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, Monday Night Raw, really good this week. I gave it a good score this week, 4.5 out of 5 this week, just because it starts. This is basically the best start to WrestleMania I've seen in a long time.
Like how many matches did they start? Like how many feuds did they start?
2 or 3 at least, maybe
I think it was like 4.
Yeah, so that is why
I'm gonna give it a 4.25.
4.25.
Yep,
that's all right.
It's good.
That's fair enough score.
Yeah, it's really good.
Moving on. And basically, it's my favorite time of the week. It's my favorite time of the week. Yeah, just give me a sec, guys. No, it's recording. We're still good.
How come it's counting down?
That's the countdown right side. Sorry, we're starting a new app here, so we're good.
All right.
Anyways, going on to my favorite time of the week, Friday Night SmackDown. I know it's your favorite time of the week, Corporate Cappy.
I love it.
It was really bad this week, though. Everything that happened on SmackDown this week did not make sense whatsoever. It was terrible. One word I had to describe SmackDown this week. Useless. It was useless. What the hell was the point of this episode? Literally, it was main event 2.0. It was so bad. You had League of Nations defeat Ziggler, Neville, and Lucha Dragons.
Why? What's the point of that
I don't know.
match?
I went and watched the match. It was really bad. It was really bad. I saw Neville botch. It was really bad.
Really?
Yeah, I guess when he gave him a bro kick, it was really poorly done when Sheamus gave Neville a bro kick. I didn't really like it at all. You had Devon Dudley defeat Jimmy Uso. I guess that adds to their feud, whatever. You had Kevin Owens defeat Big Show via countout. because he hung him up on the ropes and kicked him out of the ring. Terrible. Why?
5 out of 5 for that match.
No, I give 0. I didn't even give it a rating. Yeah, Natalya beat Becky Lynch.
Why?
Only whatever happened after the match is only what made sense, but the match itself didn't make sense whatsoever. R-Truth defeated Heath Slater. That's a Superstars match.
That was televised?
Yeah. Oh, and then Styles, Jericho, and they found a partner, Mark Henry, defeated the New Day via submission, calf crusher. That was it. There's nothing else added to that. There's nothing else after the match.
Didn't you say, what was the point of the Natalya Becky Lynch match?
So Naomi and Tamina interfered, causing the disqualification. Then Sasha came out for the save. And then Charlotte and Ric Flair finally came out after and announced that next week on Raw will be the number 1 contenders match. So that's when we're going to see the number 1 contenders match and decide what the Divas title picture looks like at WrestleMania. And I'm really excited for this match.
Yes, I think it's going to be a DQ.
I think we're obviously going to see some interference from Tamina and Naomi, probably. Or Charlotte. But if there's actually a winner, I'm picking Sasha Banks. I'm going to go with your girl. Becky is not ready for the spotlight just yet. So I'm thinking Sasha Banks, for sure, is going to be the number 1 contender for the Divas title.
Yes, Becky's already had a chance at it, too.
Other than that, SmackDown, nothing else made sense. This is why there needs to be a brand split. Because there needs to be 2 shows with superstars with different storylines staying on their separate shows.
Storylines.
So we can actually have stuff to talk about on SmackDown.
They just throw shit together, throw people together, and make matches.
For Christ's sakes, I gave it a score 1 out of 5. I'm going to take the 1 away and put 0.5 now. That was the worst show I've ever seen.
But you didn't actually watch it, though.
I watched the matches I wanted to watch.
Did you watch the Mark Henry and AJ Styles?
I watched half of it. When I caught half of it, and it was actually it was a regular, like, I'm okay. That's like that. It's something like a match you would see in the middle of Raw. Like,
So
there was
wait,
nothing
Mark
special.
Henry's all right now. What happened?
He wrestled. He was fine. I mean, it kind of looked like nothing else happened. Like they just kind of forgot about it, and that was it. I mean, okay, if he's fine, when he's fine, whatever.
What about the R-Truth thing? Did the fucking Goldust come out and?
Yeah, that's how he won the match. He had help from Goldust. And R-Truth kind of looked pissed off, but like they're going to be a tag team. They're going to have a tag team match at WrestleMania, guarantee. Or they're at WrestleMania. It's going to be the official like christening of the Golden Truth.
Oh my god!
I see. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Tag team.
Other than that, SmackDown was freaking useless.
It looked terrible.
It was terrible.
The opening match just sets it off. Like, what is that?
I don't know.
In the words of Dolph Ziggler, I think I blocked SmackDown.
Yeah, SmackDown, you've been blocked. You're definitely blocked. All right, guys. Time to move in to the next part of the show. It's going to be the WWE news. All right. So the first bit of news is actually pretty interesting. It has to do with the main feud that happened in the beginning of Raw. It was the Undertaker. He's appearing on Raw next week.
Oh, wow.
So we're already going to get a glimpse of the Undertaker, and I wonder if we're going to know if he's going to be heel or not. Because that's the main question that's surrounding my mind right now. Are they going to make Shane face, Undertaker heel, or is it going to be 2 faces facing each other?
That's the thing, though. Like, Undertaker's in his home state, though. There's no way he's getting booed.
No. Like, if this was officially announced by WWE, this is not a rumor. Undertaker is going to be there. And he'll be likely there to address the match.
I would like to see him as American Badass, but...
That would be sick. Like, are we going to get the return of the biker gimmick? Like, it only makes sense. I only say that it makes sense because when he was the biker gimmick, he was billed from Houston, Texas. Where's WrestleMania? Texas. His hometown, his actual hometown, not Death Valley, California. It's his actual hometown. So, yeah, it only makes sense. I mean, maybe he'll come... They could go as in, like... Maybe he'll be dead man up until WrestleMania and he won't debut that biker gimmick until at Mania. Who knows?
That'd be sick.
Yeah, like it's just going to be like he's going to throw everybody off by still coming back as the dead man. Everyone expecting dead man at WrestleMania, he just flips it over and has biker gimmick come back.
But it's just like how, like, if he's wrestling for Vince McMahon, how is he not a heel though?
Exactly.
Like,
so it looks like he's wrestling for Vince, and then because Vince is the one that chose him.
Yeah.
So this is going to be interesting to see. Like, the Raws up and from now until WrestleMania are going to look even more... Like, it's going to be something you must tune in. Like, must-see TV, as Miz would say.
Yeah, Miz is Miz TV, man.
Yeah. That's definitely going to be on... No, it's not going to be on there. Maybe... Can you imagine that's a Miz TV segment between Shane and Taker?
Oh, my God.
They're probably going to do that. What else are they doing with Miz right now?
Nothing.
Exactly. They're gonna have. I guarantee you. I'm calling it right now. There's gonna be a Miz TV section leading in one of the Raws between Undertaker and Shane.
Can they just have like Jericho versus Miz or something? Have so they can do.
Maybe they'll do that. Why not? I mean, what else are you gonna do with the two?
Whoever loses, their show is like canceled for good.
Yeah. No, like that'd be hilarious. The highlight reel versus Miz TV.
Yeah.
That's smart. That's creative right there. Anyways, getting back into the Taker thing. Once Undertaker comes out and addresses his match on Raw next week, does Shane come out and confront him?
I don't know how many, if Shane is booked for every Raw coming up or what.
And I'm guessing this is probably what's going to come down to it. If Shane confronts him, then this is probably going to decide whether who's the heel and who's the face. It's interesting to see who's going to be heel and face. That's why I love this match. At first I was so confused by it, but I'm like, I'm starting to like it. It's growing on me.
Yeah.
Another bit of news. Finn Balor teases the new Bullet Club name. I guess he tweeted Bullet Club, ? And then he put more like Bulletproof BC, which stands for Balor Club. That's not a bad name, Bulletproof, because I know they can't use the Bullet Club name because it's still Bullet Club over in New Japan. Bulletproof is alright. But I guess it means that Doc Gallows and Ken Anderson will be teaming up with Finn Balor, and they're going to have their own Balor Club in NXT, which is cool. I love it. It's a great idea. I mean, Bulletproof is okay unless they call it just the Balor Club. Yeah. Or call it Bulletproof Balor Club. I don't know. They'll do something.
Is he going to stay down there as NXT champion?
Yeah. He'll probably be the champion of that group. You're going to have that group with the main champion in it. But maybe they'll go heel.
He's a face right now, so... Maybe
there will be a heel faction. That'd be kind of cool.
Well, like you said, Samoa Joe's like the top heel down there, and if he gets called up, then they need a top heel,
they need a top heel. What better person than Finn Balor?
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see what happens with him. Yeah. You know what? I don't know if they get called up to the main roster. I think they're going to be staying down there in NXT.
Because that's like one of those things where they get called up and then it changes their whole complexion of their...
Yeah, they change the names. They start taking away two parts of the name. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, they just call them Gallows or something, you know? They take away their first name, yeah.
Doc Gallows was Festus at one point, if no one knows.
Can we not recall that, please?
No. Moving in some other news, The Godfather is the next inductee into the Hall of Fame. I think, you know what, good for him. He kind of deserves it. Yep. Notable gimmicks of The Godfather, we have Papa Shango, The Good Father, and obviously The Godfather.
Okay, well, The Good Father was body bagging right to censor. That was terrible. But yeah, The Godfather's like he's a polarizing figure, you know? Like,
Papa Shango was like one of the Vince's main guys back then. Like, one of his guys he relied on. So, you know, good for Godfather being inducted too.
No, I think that's a deserving person. He won a Continental title, I believe.
Who's gonna induct him?
They said it's gonna be the APA.
Really?
Yep. They said it's gonna be Ron Simmons and JBL.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
I guess they partied with the Godfather back then.
I guess, in his hose in the hoe train.
Yeah, you know. They were all into drinking beer and all that shit back then,
I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of Hall of Fame, there are actually rumors that Daniel Bryan's going to go in this year.
Well,
instead of waiting till next year, he's going to go in this year to stack up the Hall of Fame card.
Well, isn't Sting supposed to be like the guy?
Yeah, Sting's supposed to be the main guy, but now they're going to have double main. You're going to have Sting and Daniel Bryan.
Do you think they actually put Bryan in this year, or they wait till next year?
Either or. I don't even know who's going to induct him. Who inducts Daniel Bryan?
Brie,
I guess. Brie.
Kane.
Glenn Jacobs.
Yeah. He inducted
Shawn Michaels,
for God's sakes.
Shawn Michaels?
Oh yeah.
Miz?
Regal.
Regal
was his
Regal,
trainer.
yeah. It's hard to see who would induct Daniel Bryan, but the rumor is he's going to go in this year. So
whenever he goes in, it's well deserved.
Well beyond deserved. We've talked about this before. Well beyond deserved.
Yep. But I don't even know who else they're gonna put in this year. Like, they only announced 2 people.
That's true.
Like, usually
Godfather and Sting.
Usually they start around January, but like, we've had 2 people, and it's almost March.
I wonder if they're gonna take Sunny out of the Hall of Fame.
They should.
After what's happened with her lately, I mean, Jesus. She says she's selling her Hall of Fame ring.
Yeah.
Like, that's disrespectful. Like,
yeah.
You actually deserve to be out of the Hall of Fame for that.
There are other women that would like cherish to have that ring.
Oh, for sure.
In the Hall of Fame.
For sure.
Just ugh.
Yeah. So definitely they're gonna have to build on this Hall of Fame class. There's gonna be a really, really short class. But getting into the last bit of news, and it's going to be a really huge topic to talk about. There is a rumor of a post-WrestleMania brand split.
Yes.
And this is why. There was a Ticketmaster post that showed a Raw on May 23rd in Baltimore, and the title was WWE Raw versus WWE. Got quickly changed and dabbed a typo, so to speak. I think they just accidentally jumped the gun and leaked their plans.
It was like with Batista. Remember when he came back and that promoter accidentally fucked up and said he's coming back early?
There are actually backstage reports that the backstage officials have been talking about this for like the past couple of weeks. This kind of makes sense due to Shane O'Mac coming back and saying he wants control of Raw. Yep. This could potentially lead to Stephanie running SmackDown again, as she did back in the past. I think it was like 2005. 2005? 4 or 5? I think it was earlier than that, wasn't it?
Maybe it was 03. I know John Cena was there. So
yeah, I think it was actually 03.
Yeah.
It is being said that Shane returning could be seen as a product reboot.
Thank God.
For Raw and SmackDown, getting fresh starts with the amount of people on the roster, it all makes sense. They could easily have a brand split here, and it would definitely be a complete refresh, and it would be awesome. People would want to turn it into the SmackDown.
Yep.
This is probably why, because they saw the SmackDown ratings from the last year have been horrible. I've been reading on it and seeing it on like every website.
I'm shocked they even kept the show around after.
Exactly, and how big NXT is getting, I bet you it's Vince. Vince is like, shit. NXT is growing so much. We might as well do a brand split so people can stop just watching Raw and leaving SmackDown. They want to tune into both shows. And they could. And this is where if they do a brand split, you have to separate the superstars, not appear on both shows. Only appear on the shows they are drafted to, and have the specific storylines to those shows. And then you can have brand wars. You can bring back bragging rights to pay-per-view, Raw versus SmackDown to be insane.
Or when a guy shows up on Raw, it's like, yo, this guy isn't supposed to be here. Why is he here? You know, like once.
Exactly. That's what I love back in the day. I love when like I'd be watching Raw and a SmackDown guy would appear. I'm like, oh shit! Like what the hell is he doing here? Like your mind would just start racing. Like it'd be awesome.
And then they can bring back another world title.
Exactly.
And they can make a SmackDown and a Raw tag team because there's so many tag teams right now. They can definitely have two titles.
Yep.
And then you can have the U.S. on one, IC on one.
Yeah, they can mean something. The U.S. title meant something back in the day when it was just on SmackDown. Yeah. Same with the IC title.
But then do you have two Divas titles?
That's where the thing. They're probably going to have to keep the Divas title one. They'll probably bring back the women's title.
That or they'll have the Divas go to both.
Yep. The Divas. I mean, they could honestly have the Divas split between both.
I don't give a fuck about that. No. That's fine.
But I don't think they have enough Divas to have that big of a roster. Like
it depends on if the ones that are in NXT right now are coming
Sorry,
out.
They don't have a lot of relevant Divas to have a split roster. But anyway, the brand split makes so much sense, and it kind of looks like it's heading that way. And I love that it's heading that way. I love it. I love it.
We need this to happen.
It'd be perfect. Shane would control Raw. Stephanie would control SmackDown. Brother and sister going at it, building the better brand.
Yeah, and then at a pay-per-view having like a Raw guy versus the SmackDown guy, whoever they choose.
This they need to go back to that. I hate it when they finally. Like, I think it was like 2010 where they had the last draft, and everyone was watching like, who gives a shit? They're going to appear on both shows anyways. The draft was useless in 2010. It was bad. I remember like John Cena switched from both shows in the same night.
Yeah.
He went from Raw to SmackDown at the end of the show, from SmackDown to Raw. What the hell even have a draft? That was just so bad. The only draft I loved, it was the best draft ever, was when John Cena got drafted to Raw. For the Raw draft, and like that was crazy because I'm like, oh my god, Batista's champion on Raw, and John Cena's here too. Like, what the fuck is happening? Both world champions are on Raw. Like, SmackDown's gonna be shit now. In my mind, it was racing there. I'm like, oh, are they gonna put the IC champion and like SmackDown's just gonna be IC and US, and then WWE and World is gonna be on Raw? I was going nuts. And the following SmackDown, they had like a tournament for the SmackDown title because they thought both world titles were gonna stay over there, and then Teddy Long was introducing the SmackDown title. And I remember JBL won that tournament. And before he could get the title, Teddy Long, he's like, we don't need a SmackDown title because I have drafted the World Heavyweight Champion Batista. And Batista got drafted to SmackDown. I lost my mind. I couldn't believe that shit.
Yeah.
I was losing. That was the best. I love that draft. That draft was unreal.
Remember when Triple H was on SmackDown?
Yeah, I remember that.
Weird.
That was weird as hell. Yep.
Because he was always a Raw guy. But see, like, that shit's cool. Like,
yeah, they could do that. And that, when you have the brand split, have a draft every year after WrestleMania. Yep. Change it up a bit. Have it go on for a year. Like, have, like, I don't know, Kevin Owens on SmackDown for, like, a year. And then get drafted to Raw the next year. it gets you watching and keeps you watching both shows.
No one wants to go to SmackDown. Nobody wants to watch it.
Exactly.
There's no point to it. It's just like NXT's probably whipping SmackDown's ass in the ratings right now.
I would even stop complaining about SmackDown not being live if they did a brand split. I'm like, whatever. At least I get to see some different shit, right? So I wouldn't care. You can add the fake crowd noise all you goddamn want. It just, I want a brand split.
Relevancy.
Relevancy is key in this. So if this is true and it's what's happening after WrestleMania, thank you, God.
Maybe they finally been listening in the No Holds Barred Wrestling podcast. We've been saying it for about 2 years now.
That would be insane. That'd be crazy. But
I'm really looking forward to that if that is taking place. And then we have we need to have general managers again.
Which is going to be Shane and Steph.
Yeah.
Obviously.
No more of this authority shit. Just bring back GM.
Which is going to be interesting to see if they do this and then Seth Rollins comes back. That's going to be really, really crazy.
Imagine they had like whoever tried to sign him.
Yeah, just like when The Rock came back from filming.
Steiner.
Yeah.
And they tried to they were having a feud to try to sign him.
Yeah. Or like when Rock came back from filming The Scorpion King, it was either he joined Team WB or what were they called? The Alliance.
Yeah.
And then he rock bottom Vince and he made a joke like he kind of like looked at Shane like, yeah, I'm joining the Alliance, shook his hand and gave him a rock bottom.
And then gave him people's elbow.
Yeah, and then grabbed the mic saying he joined WWE. Man, that'd be sick.
Coming back to the WWF, yeah.
It's great. They can do something like that. They can pull an angle like that. So brand split is huge. I love how they're rumored to talk about this and it's a rumored thing, and I really hope it comes true.
They better follow through with this.
They better follow through. If not, I'll be really pissed off.
But if Shane loses, then what
I think they're going
to
pull an angle where he's still controlled. Maybe he controls SmackDown. Because this fight is to control Raw. Maybe he's like, okay, I didn't get Raw, but I'm going to get SmackDown. Maybe they'll tie in Linda for some reason. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe that'll help them make SmackDown more relevant, having Shane O'Mac on there. I don't know.
We'll see. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up here for another episode of The Lowdown Show, your favorite Thursday night wrestling podcast, where we review and discuss Raw and SmackDown from the week, as well as discuss any important news in the WWE. Be sure to go over to our YouTube page and give us a like on this video. Share your comments in the section below and subscribe to the channel, guys. Help us get to that 100 count so we can change the URL. Also, head over to Twitter and follow the podcast at No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast. Remember, you can also check us out on Spreaker Radio for all our live broadcasts, Spreaker.com/NHBWP. As well as you can go and follow my corporate co-host, I should say, Corporate Cappy. A lot of corporates here.
Yeah, I'm the boss. You know?
Oh God, you can follow him on Twitter at Corporate Cappy. You can also follow me, the self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters, at Real Kyle Masters on Twitter.
Ooh, Real Kyle Masters.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm your host, Kyle Masters. That's my co-host, the Mr. Corporate himself,
the boss,
Corporate Cappy. And until next Thursday, remembering you to keep it on the lowdown.